Tongwe doje jajar sanro, yunjama da doja bonjam, Sirjalamba da verjibega, jaje jabe jalanga sansar, Dorjin chanchin dello narod, Mabamala jije gambo ba, Pamodraba javan dragong ba, Kajula mananje da jonje, Donandana zera tamjed, Lama la ba la ye jisu zon la son yun ten jam zon a la ban ten zhe ton jen zhe ba ge lai so zhen jie za wa lama ji ye ku song do ji jin lan da 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 ge ju lan bu ne da ge ten ba da sen jie ye dong jia jin bon zhe ba sen jia lao de zo par den la me nam par da ba la ge jie zong ya lo da me ji Jimze lik brandong we me gu jia la me sin la sun lan jo ba jo. Ta ngarang chola chirtang achoke tamjer je Milirumboche Toyore Tamjer Milirumboche de Karechene Rumboche Chagari Sena Matso Tsendala Tambichu Drumne Ane Jiwa Smala Yang na Tsenda Gangrong la Dene Ramna Sanje ju gomang toba. Temena yang Sancho Sumbala soba ke gomang toba. Tendra ke Gokal Zambo yo deba te indu de la Tamjer Jimele Rumboche Sekyo Baris.
So now generally we refer to a precious human birth with the freedom and leisures. And why do we refer to this as a precious human birth or a precious human existence? It's because in this life, if we use this existence to practice the holy Dharma, then in the next life, or even in this very life, then we are able to accomplish a state of enlightenment or accomplish the stage of the Bodhisattva. And so for this reason, we call this a precious human existence.
Tene ngarang so terrain rawo cheklan sumbai na tata nga ke tene chiran so la chu hie ke yo ba tang chirana zo tara chu ning ke yo ba re te nga chon che namjung ke che chaptung rawo tang yamana che zego rawo tenda ma yin ba ngarang zo chama ke sunang ke chosa ya tene dikpa mege wa thamje pa dayak chit te chit ta ngarang su telan zom tenda chi ke yo ba res ina ya ta ngarang ne chu tenda hie shinkin kepa tenda reves na ngang kepa chi yin ne chorang su chu hie ke yo reves na te jumse mares ta ngarang la samno tangna yang ngarang la chu gewa goho yo bare kansina nga ramna sanje ju kompang tondu lo yore temena sanchu samba la soba ke kompang tondu yore te mai na ya ngala dongha mu go wate chipa chikjang re kha chorang so da chikpa re shas ti jimsing ke tene tara chorang so la tara chu hie ne ti ju ne tene dikpa tam me ge wa so pa pa ya tenda ke ko ka yo ba indu tene nga ke tene chu hie hi ta ke yo ba re tega na yin ke chorang so yin yang tene tala satha ringthong da mandane phepte tene ramna soso sopa sanje che kompang thomdu temena ya janchuk simbala sopa kompang thomdu temena ya thana soso la nimari na ke dunga ta ka tene dikpa mege ba to so phanyong sona samya tandra ke remu je ke thonne le ba indu ten ten ngarang so ke tata chu nimba kap so inari chu hieb kap so inari tene nga so ke te ding ko yores.
So if we think about the situation that we find ourselves in today, right now, I will be teaching about the Dharma, and you will be taking in these teachings. You'll be listening to these teachings. And at that time, we find ourselves engaged in an activity that then keeps us away from non-virtue. At the time of either teaching or listening to the Dharma, then we are avoiding, not engaging in non-virtuous deeds. And so it's in that way that we are gathered here together, in this very gathering here. And it's not that I am an expert in the Dharma and I'm a great master, and so, you are here and you must listen to me, but no, it's not that at all. It's actually my own thought, with, again, my own intention and understanding of this activity, bringing us, both listener and teacher, to the state of Buddhahood, to the level of a Bodhisattva. And so on both sides, we have interest in this. We show interest in this, and I am the very same, with an interest in this very same goal. And while I'm here and I'm speaking about the Dharma and I'm teaching, then I am parted from negativity, and I am parted from non-virtue. And you as well are the same. And it's also to, gain a level of attainment or a long life, or whether you gain the level of a bodhisattva, or if not gaining the level of a bodhisattva, even if this practice keeps us every day free from negativity, then this is very meritorious. So, and this is true whether it is the one speaking the Dharma, like myself, or those that are listening and taking in the Dharma, like yourselves. We're the very same in that way.
Tane ngarang la tsumba ina tataba de chu mambo hyo bari lama mambo tin yo bari. Tane teana yin ke pecha dep tena mambo lo pare tsama tsur dom jayong ba ina sanje ji kompang top guna jangchok sem te mina ta thoya yo sam mari sam tena ro ji sangkyo te nga karesina la goyan rawote semteng ni la kuyos 맞을 semna janchuk semlaya de mibaina sanje ji kompang thoya mibade jumsin kangrisina janchuk semdang sanje ni bol ben rewa shukchimbo za che ba ge perna medang doa na hinri shas me mina doa yong samdo tina yin ge dambo janchuk semlaya de mibaina 산지 공방라에 토야면 바 띵기야 산지 공방때 장축 sem글라는 토고도 대 토고디 당아랑서 따라 추게와 강다 강드바이나 양다 장춘초도 셈지 장축 셈도 공펠 야제 동야데 빼면서 가르침보 린도 삼성
And regarding myself, I don't know the Dharma all so well, but I have relied on many great lamas, and I have read many, many texts, and learned from these texts. And there's something here that I feel really needs mentioning. It's that we really need, what is it that we really need to gain enlightenment? And that's bodhicitta. Because without bodhicitta, there is no way to come to the attainment of enlightenment. And so, there's a reason that I need to mention this here, because the relationship between the mind of bodhicitta, the altruistic intent with concern for others, is so strongly and directly connected and correlates to enlightenment. And so I think it really bears mentioning here. The connection is so direct and so strong. It's similar to smoke coming from fire. Without first that spark, or without first fire, there is no smoke. So without fire, there is no smoke. And without bodhicitta, then there is no enlightenment. For our very own enlightenment is dependent on the power of bodhicitta. So at first we look to cultivate and generate bodhicitta, and then we look to have it increase furthermore. And I mention it here because this is really, is something I really consider so very, very important.
Tata rang ngarang zo sanje ju kompang top to kumdoa. The tata rang ngazo ke janchu ju de semji to kundoas. Then the tang ngarang zo chu kang xeba ina yang ta de janchu sem den rene de ni ngazo ke chu nang ke jo wa semji tamba sin song kundoa. De ma song za ta ngarang zo chu ja chembo teng sapo xeba ina ri chu tu tu tong tong na chu le la po je xeba ina ri chu nin ba ina ri. 다 ngaso sanchu janchu jo de semji ne jia goya de Garchen borisha tendu ta terang ngarang chola yang de ke chu hya dang chu nya ke sunan zambo je yoba te ta ngaso ke de janchu cho ke jen de ne de ne ngaso ke tanda ke nyamli ji goya mbare tendu ta ngaso chama ke janchu semde sa gomnaro nang de ne te gomba kapsu yang ta nge ta tereng ta gandar chula nyamni ngarang ke jeba ta ngarang ke dromo tamje ke gang nyamni jeba tamje deni ma nangka ta nyam simjin tamje dewa ta dewa juni to jorje samne deni denra 용바 라양 되니 산제당 장축 심바당 되니 장축 심마라소바 탐지에게 되니 알라 차로 나로지 로바 나로지 삼되니 셈제직 럭섬 남바르다 보고네 땡아랑 속에 담보 장축 셈 클린지드 지로 나스 바로 가시라
And so, right now we are not in the state of Buddhahood. We are not. We are not here as Buddhas, but we have the opportunity right here and right now to cultivate this very precious mind of bodhicitta. And so we take this time to learn and know and train as much as we can, and train in this altruistic, pure intention of bodhicitta. And this altruistic mind, this mind of bodhicitta, which has the ability to affect and transform our practice within the Dharma. For when we engender the mind of bodhicitta, whatever Dharma it is we're practicing, be it a very deep and profound Dharma, or something more basic or simple, or something such as creation and completion stage that we're here to engage in, We have the opportunity right here and right now as practitioners to take advantage of this opportunity together to work on this precious mind of bodhicitta. And so please, at this time, I would like to ask you to please cultivate the mind of bodhicitta, this pure intention, thinking that I, here today, for the benefit of all those that I know, all of my friends, and all infinite sentient beings, infinite as space, for their benefit, I today will engage in this practice. And please, then we supplicate to the Buddhas, the male bodhisattvas, the female bodhisattvas, please aid my practice. And so with this thought, single-pointedly in our mind, with a sincere, authentic, altruistic, and pure motivation, let's begin our meditation here with that for a few minutes together.
Tujichi. Tene ta tereng ngarang tsoke chirtang tela ta shiak kachute ta tondam nimbu dorji tsikhi te ris ta te majubo kondo tereng ngazo Christina director kanga lapsong ngazo ke namjun samasa tendra chidu tabar ti kongla chuba pyaje tendra yore ente kalande hetes jana yabundo lapson te ngarang khate jumsin yaboji thonson tate ngacho ke te kasa kalati ya yore teni khashe ke tabar dondu go yore te khashe ke ante kare ina sa ha ma ba yore yang khashe ke tung de ba ina ya nandong de hira ha ma ke tendra yu sipare te nandong ha ko go ya de Garchen bore te nandong ha kon Garchen bore la ya de Garchen bore sina teni sosu semto la cher derne 제 냠리 지야라 답데 보차 로고윤데 테네 Garchen bore la kuyo temba ten songzang tenge tekala tambonde he robzang hya yins.
So today we're to begin the instructions on the text, the Vajra speech, the essence of the ultimate. But before we get into the text, this text, then I was asked to speak a little bit about the offering prayer that we say before taking meals. Some people had questions about that, and so I was asked to speak a little bit about this. And these are the food offering prayers that we see set about, here and there in the dining room and so forth. And there are some that know a little bit about this prayer and are using the offering prayer before their meals, and there are some who don't really know about it. But even with those that do know about it, they're familiar with the outer meaning, but not so much about the inner meaning. And actually, if you know more about the inner meaning of this prayer, then this can be very beneficial for you, because the connection to the power of saying this prayer actually carries over into your own Dharma practice, your other practices. So there is a connection here. So I thought I'd speak a little bit about that inner meaning.
Tambo sikang tambo deke kare layo sina tane sanje ta jistimba te chak yori sikang niba deke chu jistimba chak yori sikang sumba deke gindun jistimba te chak yoris.
And so we look at the very beginning of the offering prayer, where at the top there are 3 different sections. You can see them kind of divided. And the first one recalls the precious Buddha. The second one recalls the sacred Dharma, and the third then the precious Sangha. So we have these 3 sentences here at the top.
Jamdu domba yobare, arso sama jamdu domba hyu yobare. Te hyu yozang, matsoke ta parar ta jamne kunchosum yang dringo yori. Ngarang soke kunchosumbo yang semla dringo yori. Matsoke jamdu domba hyuade Jumsin Kararisina, Kuncho Sumbo take Kadintia. Teni take Kadintinte, Teni Soso Rani Tang, Teni Tayep, Manamkatan, the Simjin Tamche, Teni take Gompang, Topar Duyak, Ti Jumsinke, Matsoke, Jamdumba Hubari, Mato Mala Jamdumba you Sene, Che Karalago, Top Town to Chimbora, Deva. Tanda samna tonya yo mari te indu ta nga so ke jamdu domba hyutsadu jamdu domba jamne koncho sumbo yang dringo yori ta te tenya la thaki ya hyute nga so sama mazu ngena chuba mbe ya dre ya sama mazu ngena chuba mberdu teni jamne koncho som semna drimbar sena teni nga so ke sama de yangsu sa yoroba Tendu, Tini Kunchosum Bode, Yang Tinyake, Masol Kokamdo. Ye Mato, Kunchosum Bode, Machi, ropa jinkin ji jibo yin sam dewa na ten sam za yang zo lo hinang ro dang kamang ro ma the na yang kuncho sum ji lo ya dan da ten choran zo pa che da nyam nyo yu si pa re si ngala da nyam nyo yu si
Di kuncho sum gi kola jaya.
so so hinang ro ma ji na hinang ro ji na o kuncho ji la ya ora indicate oh my god and la da ta ma to gan so so ji jibo lo bo re khala ya bo sa ja thong coffee thong de kunyo san ji lo ra oh ta te coffee man thong la re khala ma zu na te tung ba yin na te ne kunyo sa tin go do
And so we've probably all here taken the refuge vow, so we all have this refuge vow. And it's said that following receiving the refuge vow, that we should constantly remember the three jewels of Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. And remembering that it is these three, the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, who are actually very kind. They are very kind to us. To us and all sentient beings, actually, we go to refuge in the three jewels to be able to benefit us and all sentient beings. And so we don't just take the vow and think, I have the vow, and then that's it. It's not like this, because actually after we take the refuge vow, the vow in which we go to refuge, to the three jewels, we should constantly remember the three jewels. And one of the ways that we can do this is make offerings to these three jewels. So we recall them, we recall the kindness, and then we make offerings to them. And so we can do this before we eat. So before we take the meal, then we say this prayer, this offering prayer to the three jewels. And we're always eating, right? We always have a few meals every day, so we always have an opportunity to recall the three jewels, bring them again to mind, and then make them offerings. That's one way that we recall the three jewels kind of in our daily life. And then also sometimes when we get angry or we get surprised, we sometimes, for example, will say, oh my God, but there's also a way of saying, oh, kuncho sum, and in that way too, when we get angry or startled or surprised, we're bringing them to mind. But that's at a time, when something, has happened. But then when we're relaxed and we're just enjoying ourselves and we're drinking coffee and tea, then we forget about the three jewels. It's easy to then forget and not keep them in our mind. So also then, before drinking coffee or tea, we could also, as well as eating, say this offering prayer to again recall the three jewels.
Tene ta kuncho sam yang timba ina tene so ke jikpa tang parche tang de la soba donga mambo che ranjing ke tang ro yore mi ro yore ranjing ke pa sen ro yore de kuncho sam bo ke thukji tang jinlap tang ne ba re kuncho sam bo la thukji yore jinlap yore ne ba yore te tene soso ke yang semla tin ka din tin tene so atap tendra ma chen kantar majena dorna soso ke kuncho sumbola yan rewa maje pa ina tene kuncho sumbo ke chinap de soso lan juya te kale khapore te kuncho sumbola chinla mi ne tene ngasola ti chinla manjo pa rewe sina te mare ina ya ko chuni ngubi chuni rawo je ke tene ngaso ko ya kuncho sumbola soa matana ten jinlap de chen jugyo yo mares te ngubi chuni na rawo cheris.
And so when we recall the three jewels again and again, then this allays our fears. This avoids obstacles and troubles and actually clears away our fears, obstacles, and troubles. They will be cleared away through our constant recollection and keeping the three jewels with us in our minds. for they will bestow the blessings of their enlightened mind, their great blessings and their power, through our remembering them, through our supplicating them. But it does take us, from our side, on our part, we need to bring them to mind. We need to remember them. We need to supplicate them for their blessings. For if we don't keep the connection established, then we cannot gain those blessings. And it's not that these powerful three jewels don't have the blessings. It's that without our supplicating to receive the blessings, then it's not possible to receive the blessings. So the blessings really come from keeping this connection established, through recalling them, and also for supplication for these blessings of their enlightened mind, their blessings, their power.
Tene soso ke yang ne yang du kuncho sombo tin kuncho sombo ke chinlat soso lanjo tenda ina tene ngaso chang du domba thopa tela tene ngaso la ne pe kokap chimbo toptang chimbo yode ba tene nangba sanje bu chu mangbo je ngaso ke drip choba tene gandar tene toptang chimbo ndawo de nguyo ne so ke chak yore tene ngaso la toptang yabo yobare tene jamru domba yobale tene pe rentan chimbo cha paris.
And so when we again and again recall the three jewels and receive their blessings, then we have received the power of this, our refuge vows. We have now put into practice these opportunities that bring powerful results, that bring us to a powerful place to accomplish the Dharma, to really take in these blessings that will propel us to this powerful place. And so this is actually a very valuable thing. It's a very valuable and precious thing.
Tene titsikang tambo no lando tumba lami sanje rumboche te pe dimbares karares na pe nga ro cha ya da ta nga tele de do ta nge chang so le chu mai ye ke yoro te tumba ka den ro tumba sanje chum din de kong da lo ni tong tukja sa gang ne ko hek sabar de kong ka din de tarong so ke pe nga ro na tata long chu cho do chera namba so ina ya te la sanje ke ka din de chi ba chi jang chuan so la yori jum sing ka is na tumba kong ke ka din de tara chuan so la ngu su yu ne te ni chuan su chu nyam lin chi ya dang chu la tu ba dang sam ba dang gom ba ja chama do de so chama sanje ka din ro tumba sanje jiktin de la mena namba sanje chu la ya de mewa namba sanje chu la ya de zambelen de gana mena terenga so na de ne nyali chi ya ke kokap de zawa ne mewa ta chama kawa thogya ta de o sanje la thogya chi ne san pe ka ta ka den che hyu ti san ta de ting go yor de lo bo kap su ta shipcha je ni som ne ta rempe tin ya ka la ka bo ro nga so to su tong no Lina China Dala, Badin Chimbodi, Gandhi Chihudi, Sayang, Tratsora Yobatone, Tenengazoke, then Dongo Yorite.
So the first line here says, to the precious Buddha. And this is really so true, that the Buddha is so precious. Because when we think about it, actually the reason I'm sitting here and I'm speaking to you about this and about the Dharma, where did this all come from? This actually, the very fact that I am sitting here comes from the kindness of the Buddha, who more than 2,500 years ago brought the Dharma and brought his kindness. And it is due to this, that be it myself as a teacher sitting here speaking to you, or as listeners, here you are right now as listeners, practitioners, you understand that you have the teachings of the precious Buddha, and because you have great gratitude for the great kindness, because without the Buddha, then we would be without the Dharma. And without the Dharma, we would not be here today. So the very fact that we are all here today together really comes down to the kindness and preciousness of the Buddha. And so we should remember the kindness of the three jewels, remember the kindness of the Buddha as often as we can. And it's not that we always have to remember every detail like I've just been speaking about, but hold the preciousness and the great kindness, how much really, gratitude we have for that kindness. Hold that in your minds, recall it again and again.
Ta sanje me ba na nga cho ta longwa na yiris longwa me bi ba na shi sanje min na sanje zambalen de gan la chu me ba na nga cho me longwa na yin jiris te en de kong de la chu ne ta nga cho la me tere yo ba na yin me te yo ba na yiris ti cha ne ta tum ba lam sanje rum ba chro ba ta ni ba de Joba lami tamchu rumba cheza ta chu. Joba lami lamde de ta nga zola ta chu le las joba nga zola chu jongkin je yo mari das. Ta chu ge ta kanda nga zola joku yore sena. Oh, churan so dewa gona chu karbo give chu dunga munduna megewa de pa pang sena landor teni ke lamni ta ngarang sola mune guya ke sanje ju kompang teni chancho chumba kompang chama chu de la tin teni yongke yo ba ya ten de chu de nga so ke ta joba nan de joba chod ju ba ri ten de tarang so nangba yin tarang me ke ja hi ya nangba ke ju cho na he ke yo re ma to ke yang sanje me na ma so longwa na yi ri na yang namba mayin ba ke kelin to go marwa te ina nga ke cha te namba mayin pa le he ke yo marwa ma so namba na lo ta te ris ina ngu ne so chanda sanje me ba ina te kanda ye me nga so chama ha ko ro
And so then on the next line to the precious sacred Dharma, unsurpassed refuge. And so if we think about what it would be like without the Dharma, if the Dharma had not come to the world, being without the Dharma is like being without eyes. And having the Dharma, that the Buddha came and taught the Dharma, is like being given eyesight, having our eyes opened. And so we have this that is called the Dharma, or the teachings, this unsurpassed refuge. And how do we apply it and incorporate it into our lives has been set out in a way that we can understand that through good and virtuous activities there is happiness, and through negative and harmful activities then there is pain and suffering. So with the Dharma we learn what we should do and what we should not. And so we understand that these teachings of the Buddha, for us to attain Buddhahood, for Bodhisattva level, then what do we need? We need protection. We need a place of refuge. And our refuge is the Dharma that teaches us what to do, what not to do, how to be happy and how to avoid suffering. And I mentioned that, without the Dharma, it would be like being without eyes. And it's not to say that, I'm not saying that what we have to make a distinction about is it's not about whether we can label ourselves as being a Buddhist or a not Buddhist, but it's about whether we have been given the Dharma that is like opening our eyes, and without the Buddha, it is like not having eyes.
Tene chu la de samsanga soke chu la ya de kualin tang mandawa che yo mambo yore saman de yo re samsanga ine ya churan so so la samtana ka so gom jan do bene ka so gong ke nyam tang to pa tang so jewa tamje chu려 ta to so chama dorna sangje tang tek sum chuti kading ke ta churan su jula nyam tang to pa tang tene to so je ke yores ten de ta chula ya de kading chimbore I sam sort of go yores.
And so here we have this Dharma, this unsurpassed refuge. And the Dharma has many meanings, many different ways that people interpret their meanings, and I really find that they are all appropriate. But what we have to understand actually is from our own understanding, our own experience, we come to understand the meaning of what it means, Dharma. For each and every one of us, we have experiences that arise in our mind stream in meditation. We have realizations that are realized in our mind stream. And these very experiences that fill us, these realizations we come to, these are all considered Dharma. In brief, all that the Buddha taught that brings change, realization, the things that we experience in our mind stream in relation to this is all considered Dharma. And all of these attain, realize, and remember, recall constantly, again and again, how kind the Dharma is to me.
Somba gindun demba lami gindun boche landwa. Tate ngaranso perna ngaranso la langkor yona te langkor ke kalowa langkor tongking goda. Langkor katse gong chenbo na pa ya yena ko ro ro marwas. Ko songna yang go chusa jil ro marwa. Yama ko tal rin ro re yama na yindala be accident zone ro nga to korang na bichu yo marwa. Ina ta nga so gindu la ya te langkor ke kalowa na yiri. Ngaran so la sanje ke chu yori te ke ngaran so la jamne tene yang da ba sanje yori te ke tun ya ba ke lam manarwa tambe chu yori ta ti chu te ke langa tene ro go ba ina ta ro ba ji go yori ro jingki ji go yori ta te gindu ris ta te la ro te yin soche ga ji to go mare gindu ji to go yoris te ba sonza ta da te tine gaps da gindu ko jo tinya de pes ang za chimbo jiris.
And then we have the next line, to the precious Sangha, the unsurpassed guide. And so here in this third line, we can think about this in the same way that, for example, if we think about a bus, and a bus without a driver, actually without someone to operate, open and close the doors, someone that knows the right tracks or paths or roads to stay on. Without that, the train actually it doesn't perform very well. You know, a runaway train, who knows where it will go, and it can also crash, or buses can also crash. There could be an accident and a crash because it needs a driver. And in the same way, when it comes to our path of practice, then we need guides along the path to help us know what it is that will lead us to authentic attainment of enlightenment, authentic practice, to unmistaken path to gain that authentic accomplishment. So along this path of practice to stay on an unmistaken and authentic path, we also need friends along the way. Just like a bus driver drives the bus, we need guides to guide us down those right roads and to the goal, to the destination we're wishing to go to. And so who is that does this for us? Then this is the precious Sangha.
Tene the Jemateke Jamne Concho Son Chubambo Sondova. Tating Caps Sosoke Tas Samainari Tene Jata Kofila Sopa Tunya Inari Tene Kaina de Concho Son Chub Kadinche Concho Son Bochilla Burgi San on the Techiwa Zamje. Then around to you look at dancing the Mipachan Ogris. Dancing the tea, Necapso, dancing the Mipachan Ogri. The dancing Mipa Latine, Tang around so then Sanjeche Sala, Ta Neron Roguri. Churan Karcha Chigla, dancing Mipachanaya, Karcha Chigrena, to Sanjig Sarta Neron Roguri. The Ragata Pion Lapoche, the Chicteri. Te yinda chani ta tara te ti tsai yinda ti tsai yibo ti ne kapsu kantar choran zola soso tab domba yunghi yina tene domba ke yungtin tso ya gong perkri yore tene soso tab domba teha minghi yina tene soso yang soso tab domba la suba tamje toya la ta nyer tong ko yobare Tene teha soso tab domba yu jang, tene soso nyum be yawang de jerte, tene tela nyamcha tang tanda chinsung ba ina, yang ti dikpa megewa tamje pa hyak yobare. Ta te tabe yungdi yoba yuya je ngazo ke kala timare sa diti ganga te semla tin te la nyamni chike yor. Tanda cha chimbo te ta ngarang so ke tapar nyamni chi thon na pe Garchen Burindo Asta.
Then we have the fourth line. We make offerings to the three rare and supreme objects of refuge. And so, whether you're eating a meal or before you eat a meal, before you drink tea or coffee, then recall to mind the kindness of these three jewels. And in doing so, in reminding ourselves of them, then our self-clinging is diminished. And whenever we are devoid of self-clinging, then we are closer, one step closer to the state, to the grounds of Buddhahood. Even if we spend one single second in a moment void of self-clinging, then we are closer to Buddhahood. And in this way, in recalling in your mind in this way, we also, for those who have the individual liberation vows, then this offering prayer here, then, and are saying these words, remembering the three jewels and having our self-clinging cease for that time. In that moment, then, this is increasing and furthering our individual liberation vows. And if we, progressing, so advancing them, and if we haven't taken the individual liberation vows, even though we haven't taken them, then in the same way, the qualities that are worked with, engendered, and cultivated in the vows of individual liberation, even so, even if we haven't taken the vow, then again, these are increasing in our mind stream. And then if we also, if we have committed, if we've had negative thoughts, afflictive emotions, and, not had a chance for like laying them aside and working with confession, at the time that we are remembering the three jewels and the quality of the three jewels, this is also something that works with the afflictive emotions, so we use it in this way as well. So again, we use all of those opportunities, and again, so the qualities in our own mind stream actually are affected by reciting these words.
Chanchuk Simba Domba, Tinkura, Tinglana Tirke, Telanta Yamni Yokuvari. Tate Kandarisina, Dason Kachap Serak Tamjet, Kuncho Sunda Nayam Mandarshin, Kuncho Sumbo Jun the Chubay, Kuncho Sum Chinlap, Jubrasho, Labdoa. Tate Kuncho Sumbo. Namya Mandara of the Sosok Senin, Namya Mandarshin, Mandabu Goni, the name Kunjosumbo Kadinte, Yang Timbo Goni, the name Aketa, Tara Sayak Samate, Kunjosumbola, Ta Kadinche, Tujiche, Layachi, the Burgins, Tatem Buria, the Sutun the Burbansina, Yana Sosoche. Kala de Shimpo Yachi to Inda, Yamana Jin Soso Kala Mambo Rayak Chi to Inda, Yamana Da Kala Sucha de Namayan, Tsamayan, the Suchi to Inda, Suchi to Insina, Kachat Dakso Lamduda, Chirani Tevakatini, Simjin Tamchi. Then Tamchi, Simjin Tamchi. Then a Jula, that controls some butcherang, Sinap the Juro Nance, and Netara teach you the nature on Chupa Procuse, Suzola some note the Kulon de Yopa Zamji, Susu some note, Janchusan and Jersari. Or then the Tara de City.
And then the next line has the connection to the vows of the level of Bodhisattva vows. Where in this line it says, "In this and all our successive lives, may I and all others, infinite as space, never be separate from the three rare and supreme ones." So, through reciting this offering prayer before meals and taking drinks and snacks, then in one's mind, one is inseparable from the three rare and supreme ones. One is remembering them, thinking, "Thank you, I am very grateful to the three rare and sublime jewels. And now I have this delicious food that has been so beautifully prepared and now set down for me to eat or drink. And there it is. And what is the purpose of this food? It is so that I and all other sentient beings, here it says, in this life and all our successive lives, may I and all others." So we've included here, we're not taking this food or making this offering simply for ourselves. It is for I and all others. And we supplicate to the three jewels, may you bless their mind streams, mine and all sentient beings, with your great enlightened mind compassion. And it is for this reason that I offer you this delicious food. And so here we've included I and all other sentient beings, which now makes it a practice of bodhicitta, of altruism.
Tene teke woma teke ta sharze roja dinshin intro pa likjaram dene jawa seche la tepe perven roan da kun Jordin Tenzin se la chubra shoson tene kapsa nga sola tingin zing lapa tingin zing lapa te ta la tenha parche ta chanyam nyamcha songa ina te da tamje ya nyamcha kangwa nyamcha kang la na te ke digdep kar tamsai nyamcha songa ke digdep tanya pa xiawa tang
Damsik contact it's gyok traksong. Damsik tang diktrip.
Damsik to so pa digdep to so pa xia ro
Shakpa e.
xiawa tang teni yang suso la tenha yupa ke tingin ze ke lapa so gong de yang priya de so ke pinto tenda yobari ta ti kapsu ta karen ro sam no to ngorisina ta soso ke samate yang chi tamar ke samana ji tene tela samate la hembo zobo la so ba ke zimba mipa tene samate ro jada dimbrang ji ji yamba tadala kulong ji tenda kulong si kulong te ta ba yoba sete tene ta sama lecture layate tarate kapsu ta sama ya po sama chadu ya ba ta sama himpo zu ya ba na wajiri pe sama trowa yoba zu ya ba te tene jarwa se jela sanje da changchu samba chi tan chi la tene ngarang la number te pa namda go ne progress tene chi ge te ta tingin sing ge se la jun zero ji ta kon number to the number kon de tingin sing an yo de yo ba yin du te kap sa ta tingin sing pe na changchu samba la so ba tam ji yin na changchu samba ta sema la so ba yin na ta to so ge je tingin sing ge ngarang zo ge tara sama pro la tine ta korang zo ge tingin sing so gong de pe ya de la tine roa simjin tam je la ta jula pin to ya sin lab na ya pin to ya ta tanda je yong sho sam na tanda sam na tong gulong.
So there was a little bit I didn't finish from the last. We just need to read the English here a little further from the last part. May we always make offerings to the three rare and supreme ones, and may we enter into the blessings of the three rare and supreme ones. And so then next, then we actually, this next section is related within the three trainings. We have the training of samadhi, of single-pointed meditation, and this next section is directly related to this third training of meditative equipoise, where we read, "This delicious feast, possessing magnificent substances to enchant the mind, we offer with devotion to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. May all sentient beings enjoy the richness of the food of meditative absorption." And so here we are looking to take this food that is before us and enter into the great equality, the state of equalness of mind. This is one of the things that we're working with in this section. And also in this section, then, it also serves as a restoration for samaya and for confession of our negativities, and also to work with our negativities and obscurations in terms of purifying through a confession, and also through thirdly working with single-pointed meditative equipoise. And so what are we thinking here as we say these lines? How should we feel? What should we cultivate in our own mind? So first of all, we take the food or drink that we are offering, that we are about to take, but that we are first offering to the three jewels. And rather than thinking of it in an ordinary way, such as, oh, this is prepared so well, and it is delicious, and it is tasty, void of assigning any of those attributes, we see it as one taste, complete equalness, complete equanimity. We first have that motivation, and then thinking that it is the very best of that these substances to enchant the mind, so that it also has these good qualities free of attributes, that is the great equanimity. And I offer you this with devotion. To you, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Bodhisattvas, may this place you into, may this food be the richness of the food of meditative absorption. And through that meditative absorption, then may your qualities increase, may your meditative absorption increase, and may you bless myself and all sentient beings, bless our mind streams. And so this is what we are thinking and engendering with these lines, this line here.
Haroja la shazero jazendo. Te chetang da tarachuron suke herse tataha mohana nenga hira yomare. Ine yang tanga suke ro tambo ro trok. Ngarwa, Jurwa, Tsawa, Linsa, Kawa, Gawas.
Okay, young kitchicks, kale. Ngawa.
Ngarwa, Ngamurwa.
Ngamo,
Jurwa, Jumurwa. Jur Tsawa ladu, Katsawarwa. Linsawa ladu, ngazu Tsa. Tsarwa, Ngajur Linsa. Kawa, Kaka ladu, Kade Yuba. Kawa landa ta hyola subatan je kawara yi ina ta rol sa san tangora nga jur ngawa jurwa cawa linca kawa lapsama
kawa dang
kawa
oh ni oh okay dit
kadeyo kadey nga zo sabji vegetable kahil kadendo kadey
laso yeah
ta te ta rote so tene tana ana lecture lando to so jorde chindu recipe jorde chindu ta ko pe troa dang dimba tene suna tambo chela ro shimba te mani ne dimba la manuba tene ma hyone toa la manuba tene luke songje ba luke songje ne tene chu gewa la so ba tam je drvya la tene chazo ko chuti yoba tada ta sama la yongdi mambo yorwa ta te ta veche te sama te so so ke mikpa te ta ve mikpa ji te ta te ta ve tene ta sanje la te po gon progo yo samgo yora
di la nang la rogya yorbe rogya yosamare di nang la
ta
rogya mendo de la
karela
rogya de la mendo
di na roja yo mar kains na roja ro tok la pha jolo yo multiply china te ri te so gol mari ta ro tok de chetang line ta karena roja karena tin sibarwa chon sak ta tsab ro tok yorwa ro tok chon ha ko sa
song yena di nang la yomare
ro tok we then na ro tok yaze roja zemde this delicious feast delicious feast zedo that na 100 delicious chado ta roja la ta na roja.
Okay, so here we have this delicious feast possessing magnificent substances to enchant the mind. we offer with devotion to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So we've said this delicious feast possessing magnificent substances to enchant the mind. So sometimes we speak about the foods with like 100 tastes. But here we start with the 6 basic or the 6 root tastes. And multiplying those out, we come to the foods that possess the 100 magnificent tastes. But here we'll talk about all of that comes from the 6 root tastes. So when we take a food into our mouth and there are these different qualities or flavors or tastes. So for example, the 6 root ones are, the first one is sweet, and the second one is sour. Then we have the taste of spicy, taste of salty, the taste of bitter, and the taste of astringent. For example, yogurt and so forth. So we have these 6 root tastes, which again, they can be multiplied out to what we often see in the text as 100, supreme, tastes. And this is like, these 6 are like, this recipe. And so as we take, so we're saying here, to enchant the mind, we offer with devotion. And so we understand that from taking food in, actually, that magnificent things can happen. So first we taste it with our tongue, and then it comes to the point of our throat and down to our stomach and intestines, and then actually it really comes fully spreading into our body and into our like a bloodstream, like completely filling us, swelling up. And so actually, offering all of these tastes is just very significant, because some, very significant experiences can come from taking those different tastes. And so may it benefit you in a way that it becomes the food for meditative absorption, the food for your Dharma practice.
Tene ta ti wog tsikang tengda hero kai jinkur de chojong kolo korwa yi da yin ruwa maluba jinkur chik dundra barsho. Teke sangha ke domba tingdwa. Sangha ke domba ting lab karlesin ta ngaso sangha ke tamtse yorwa. Ta tamtse 냠차 송 정소와 요나 서 냠차도 봐 샤크 요르스 되게 비용 되니 대한 상하가 담세라 마요바 있나 대 상하가 담세 소소 상하가 담세 저 토야 라 로바치 요르스 되니 대한 상하가 담세 요 대라 냠차 마송키나 다 상하가 담세도 저 야르는 장은로네 되니 소소라 초당 투몽그 응럽당 이제 천저야라 로바치기 요바리 되는데 디갑서 당 아소게 양 사마라소바 탐제 되니 총컬러면 초인삼네 되니 총컬러메 되니 사마 소소근 부사 탐제 다네 예당 걸라 되니 아소 사마 상키 지도 탐제 다 바와다 빠모란이 대 답지 임바 삼노동네 다 사마티 수바이나 다 사마테 마소게 답발 줄선서 저당 사마테 서 답발 줄는데 또 마소 사마지스나 피오마도 니바므도 사시나 다 사마히나 사마스나 데바 요로야 사마스나 데바 요장 마소게 뉴네도서 냠네 지그 요로와 대 사마히네 데바 정 그래 사히바이나 다 총컬러 메네 사마드 총컬러 메네 단랍산데 다 소소란 초다 투몽그 응어럽 산종야 데스 yin 라핀 핀야 단나기치도 다 저저걸로 핀도 자침본도와스
So 아니디 예담길라 아니 미함길라 당 파오당 파모 가리
다 소소게 야 따라 사만 추반 풀사데 배는 가서 추반 풀사지 요로와 다데 예당 걸 사담지 예당 걸 라라 삼당 표요 저저걸 mik바 될 때는 추반부야 내가 저 원하는 쪽 따라 상긴 담제 되네 가르스나 power da pomo the dalam me paten that's so kapso tena chongkol kapso nga tena chira.
And the last line here is related to our vows of secret mantra, where it reads, by offering this Gana Chakra feast to the mandala of the wrathful Haruka, may I and all other sentient beings without exception become one with the mandala of the deity. And so here, this line about offering the Gana Chakra feast, then with this line, then we are restoring broken or degenerating samayas that we have not been able to uphold. And if we have not degenerated samayas, then it allows us and aids us in protecting our samayas that we take in the path of the secret mantra. And as well, those vows that we have take, then it increases them and it strengthens them in a way that brings us to attain both the temporary and ultimate cities. The cities that are both the ordinary and supreme cities. And so here we have this Gana Chakra feast, which aids us in repairing samaya and brings us to realize this accomplishment of cities. And so when we are saying this line by offering this Gana Chakra feast and so forth, then we imagine that the object of our offering are all of the meditational deities, are all of the gods and goddesses, are meditational deities. They are the object of our offering, and that all of us eating together, we see and are visualized as dakas and dakinis. And so in this way, we then make this offering, and we also visualize that the food that is offered is completely pure. And so in this way, this is all related with our secret mantra practice and our secret mantra vows.
Da yin ruwa malupa jinkurchik den drabarsho.
Dakshin Drowa Malupa.
I and all other beings. That take up so Tangaran took Penajim Dabo Tamjeke Mazol Kala Nangrova, Kala Tegrova. Tangatok Tin Chupa person a Latine, that Jimba Dabo Tamjelaya, Pinto Yogi Oris. 소속 칼라드스는 소소라 피토바데 아장장데 디 칼라 땡킹게 진다 담제라야 다 핀토거 핀토도 가르스나 다이인로만 징크르직든 로바르효란도 징크르직든 로바르효 몰람데 드야메 박 몰람제 넘바 산집 추는 요마르다 드야 메조크 몰람제 넘바 산집 추는 요마르 넘바 산집 박 잡여는 몰람데 참아 드야 요레 몸 나란서 랑가 딱다 로와이나 몰람 된 드야 요레 드야 요박 짠냥 몰람 자요레 몰람 따요레 대엠바 손서 징크르직든 로바르효 become one with the mandala of the deities ngaso tanda chagu yoresi dara jimpa dabo ngaso khala tenkin da khala sangkin ngaso yedam pena demcho pena ngaso dara demcho da nyamlin nangayora demcho ke yedam da demcho ke chingkoro yora chingkol da ninje dun choya ga karwaje namshi ngaso tanda yonga yore de yonga yone dara ngaso tin mulan ja ga yore tanda yungju mipa chi naba sanje bag molam na tabyo mare te ngaso ka ko go ya karche mare ga she che ke o molam mabo tamnin drogu bodo samdo te samsam o sanje ke chetang molam mabo naba ka molam mabo jin ze yo sari de ka hen do samarda da za molam ja rewa do che sari da sanya chowa che si bares te samno norso mare te churang na ta ngaso chamage sanje ba ke tabya ke molam sanje ba la nangba sanje ba ke tabya ta chocho sanje de chancho sum ba ta ye molam te Jacha Jan Jalanga Sung Langa the Tata, Roa and Tim Molan and Dribjur. Dribji Yunking, Kitana, Molanta, Ten, Tang, Maransoka Kalate, Jindagate, and Bakalate, Masoka Soldier. Solomon but startup song. The Davi and Dangarang so could talk about Rankin to Masok Tambo Yanchu, Yadangolatam Jella. Then is also Sa. Then he Jimbatam Jella, more at the Chi, Tam Namimajilla, Naranso Chuba and burned the Yadangolat, so down. Chuba and Bunking and around so down. Down around so Kala Dinking Jinda, so Sama Nuajilla. Died Pena Yadam Demcho Tabuke, Jinkerchin and the Ninjik and Zomiomba. That and I Yunguri. That day you bate, Tangazoke, Jazola, Lalintane, then Jopun Jobu Yala, that Takichi go Yoro, that so ten of Jero.
So I'd like to elaborate a little bit more on these last two. Well, it's the last two in Tibetan, but here it starts in the bottom in English. May I and all other sentient beings, without exception, become one within the mandala of the deity. And so it says, I and all other sentient beings become one. So here we're offering something that is before us, some food, some meal, something that has been actually made by someone else, perhaps offered by someone else. There may have been a donor of this food, someone else who has provided this food. So we incorporate and include them in our aspiration, I and all other sentient beings without exception. And so when we include them in our offering, those that have the donors of the food, those who have prepared the food, then this will be of benefit for them, and it will be of benefit for you yourself, the one who is making the offering. Because it's actually based on aspiration that something comes to be accomplished. And we should understand that with aspiration, that which we aspire for will be established. And we should understand that there's, within the Buddha Dharma teachings, then we often, include these, other aspirations and prayers and motivational prayers, and we should understand that without exception, they can indeed be realized, come to full manifestation based on our aspiration. And there are some people that say that, those, within, those Buddhists, they have like so many times that they're saying, may this be so or that be so, and they're making aspirations just to make aspirations, but, in thinking that they're aspiring, but with some kind of an understanding that it's not really going to come to be. And actually, that's a mistaken view. We should understand that it's not, that's actually a mistaken understanding, that these aspirations are a method. Whether we're aspiring to Buddhahood or be Bodhisattvas, whatever we're aspiring to, 100% surely it is sure to be accomplished, but it's based on starting with this aspiration, as it says here, may I and all others. So this is words of aspiration. And so these sok that has been, this sok offering that we're seeing, this offering as a Gana Chakra feast or sok that others have been involved in to prepare, or we the ones to eat it, and those that have made it, we will without exception become one within the mandala of the deity. And so just like, so in an instant, actually spontaneously, through this aspiration, this will be the case, just as, for example, within the Chakra Samvara practice, there are the mandala, the certain aspects of the mandala of that deity. With this aspiration, ourselves and the ones who have offered, donated the food, with this aspiration, we all will become one within the mandala of the deity. This is a sure thing.
Chick Jena, Church, Kalekapono, Kare, Dodo, Kare, Munendo, Takare, Kandavin, Tachuban Bugle, Sam Drano, Zotano, Yosibaro, Sibono, Majomba. Tangi Mambo, Labdevalatin, Sibo Majoma, Yonsibares. Chitang Channing Mambo no Lavin, Lagoyate, Kare in the Sina. Not so chew Mudurba capsule, or Tachu Doguti, Samnona, Chazogolo, Telano, Tela. Hurry up.
You read Drawa.
Drawa, Godos. Down on a chew Doguti sign. Also, chew drug that I also chew here, chew Nindu, chew, drop the Gora, chew Nyalira, take up to Lachi Amado. Namundo, Jekaris, Niman, here, Jobo Targo, sign out the Toan of Jen. Then Tata,
D low to
Jetang Marie, Jetang Carena, choosing at there's here, here the Tanjopo Targo, sign out Tonang the Jen. Tata, some time with the Jobo Tamas at the Rimadoka, Sibo Hakoma out the Rindo. They turn Sibo Chase. The Sonza, Tangetana, Mambo Mandoji Labdin, that may Ancherchi Laguins, Dordu.
Young Kitchik Lapki.
Dordu.
And so I've actually spoken, there's been a lot of detail within explaining the inner meaning of this food offering prayer. And sometimes when we say a lot about something, when things are kind of wordy, then the essential meaning can become a little less clear, actually. So here in a little bit, I'm going to go through just in a very brief, succinct way the essential meaning here. So there was a lot to say about this, and when we're teaching, when we're listening, there's a lot to say, there's a lot to learn, and there's a lot to practice. But we shouldn't feel rushed and hurried, like the pressure to finish it quickly, to get through it quickly. And actually, I myself, this used to be, something that I would do. For example, whatever I was doing, my motivation wasn't to, engage in it kind of in a slow and meaningful way and really clearly remember what I'm doing. It was just about rushing to finish it by a certain time, but, not for a more meaningful reason. And so it's actually, very important not to do this. You shouldn't feel hurried especially in practice, you should never feel hurried or like reading this to hurry through it. So that's an important point. But here I will, again, just briefly touch upon, again, some points on this offering prayer.
Samnonda mandara tene susola tandubando lagura ta tonhangdo damandala yoraba te chorapen chorango tanga soso tap dombachi yu teni tanga techachi ai samnon kondon yena teni titsikje khologa tambote do teni kunjo sambo senlati tel chupambo bahusang tawar devenandagayori.
And so each of us, actually, having heard a little bit about this prayer, have kind of our own thinking about it and actually our own personal area of interest. For example, those of us that might have caught, I have the individual liberation vows. And if I say these first, 3 lines with, great devotion, this is going to benefit my individual liberation vows. So I will focus, here in this beginning, in these first few lines at the very top on my, I'll focus there on the first line. So some might be thinking like this.
Sama machu bangand nipa de ton ten sozo janjog sem to so ya comparta tanavenanda kyures.
And then there are others that might think that I really need to focus on bodhicitta. Bodhicitta is most important for me. And therefore, to engender the mind and also to have my bodhicitta increase, then I will focus on the second line where it says we make offerings to the three rare and supreme objects of refuge and so forth. And so before eating, I'm going to really focus my mind on this line, as this is really related to my bodhisattva vows, and I really want to work on cultivating bodhicitta.
Okay, Trumta generate so tabar ta chanchok sem da mambo shekdo na ta tingin jin gom do ya last chupa mis ta tingin jin la chipan jin kin tingin jang gom do tan ra ji na ta la gom jen na do nang chia chuk chim bo ting ki na ta sholo ka sumba den do tene ti yin so so ka tingin jin gom per ta tene tan ra jin na de yoris.
And there are also some who might think that within the great vehicle there is a lot of, talk and a lot of practice and training in bodhicitta, but I don't have a lot of, practice, and I have great interest in furthering my practice of meditative absorption. And so I'm going to focus on reading this third sentence here. And then I'm going to meditate and really bring this, into my meditation to really focus on my samadhi. And so then we would be focusing on this third line and reading it, and that would also be okay.
Matsoti vipassana nyamni chidu samasa tong tong so nyamni gomja nyamdi wa ha so tinani chikpari ta tinani ngaso lani tarura. Vipassana mara. Vipassana ka so samasa tang samasaya la tang so la ta thala mambo yo gomja na nyam gom la sen. Ta tingin zin so la sen.
And so for those that are working with Vipassana meditation as well, then this really correlates with the Vipassana meditation, bringing this sentence and this view into one's meditation and offering before you eat your meals as well. Then this will also be a practice of Vipassana.
Sanghal mupa chenki, sanghal gila chezogolo mupa yonki na, tini yang chalot na herka chingol sojukolo, da yinro malabala da te do, tini sosok samat songola mikpan sande, tini tanavi na degayore, tikapsati, holoka tamatama te chiboton, tanave na degayore, te sosok mupa laya the Garchen mupa pe Garchen chu korang la yakzo zangi yomar, sosok mupa. Chechong la tin tini chezogolo ta gewa compound yar chepar shuchim boyo yatini te yang choran satat karne sosol me pa soso ka gogoro chapsang tam na te chapsang me pa yo parete ten la me parwa yo.
And so, going back just for a moment, this for those who wish to really work on the Vipassana, then this was the fourth sentence. So to bring more Vipassana and view into their meditation, that would be the fourth line. And now here the last line, by offering this Ganachakra feast to the mandala of the wrathful Haruka. So for those who really wish to work here within the secret mantra view and practices, then one would generate this visualization here before offering their food. And then one would be incorporating the practice that they are interested in focusing on into that, special offering prayer by really focusing in. And in this case, it's the last line. But basically, what's most important is your interest. Where do you find that the connection right now, the wish to connect right now, the interest, the aspiration, the wish to connect with your practice right now? There are many, many different Dharma practices and ways, virtuous different practices, but focus, when you focus on one that is particularly meaningful and interesting to you at that time, that's also a great way to gain virtue, to work with our interests. Okay, so now we take a break. We have a break 30 minutes. So we have a break until 4 o'clock.